Picture a time when the world was yet to discover the mysteries of a distant land in South Africa called Cape Colony, today known as the Cape of Good Hope. Let us turn the pages of history and go back to the 17th century, embark on a journey through time and witness Cape Colony's trials, triumphs, and indelible legacy. In the early 17th century, a bold and determined expedition set sail from the shores of Europe towards unknown territories. The Dutch East India Company, one of the largest trading enterprises at the time, sought new lands for commerce and colonization. The Dutch navigator and colonial administrator Jan van Riebeeck helmed their journey and led them to the southernmost tip of Africa. They set foot on the land that would make South Africa the most promising land. As the Dutch ships approached the coastline, a sense of awe washed over the crew. The crystal clear waters of Table Bay embraced the shores, where nature unfolded before their eyes. In this sheltered haven, the Dutch East India Company chose to establish their presence, a place they would call Cape Colony. Amid their exploration of the newly discovered land, the settlers stumbled upon a site with immense potential. It was an area that seemed destined to serve their purposes, particularly in supplying vital provisions for the voyages to the East Indies. With a strategic vision, they laid the foundation for Fort de Goede Hoop, a military stronghold that would secure their position and facilitate their ambitious endeavours. The Dutch East India Company wasted no time constructing a stronghold to safeguard their ambitions and protect their valuable supplies. Rising from the sands of Table Bay, Fort de Goede Hoop emerged as a testament to their determination. With sturdy walls and cannons, it stood as a fort of hope amidst the unknown. But things weren't that easy, even for the Dutch East India Company. They were about to witness some extraordinary challenges as settlers. Life within the new settlement was far from easy. The Dutch settlers, consisting of soldiers, sailors, and labourers, faced numerous challenges as they acclimated to their new surroundings. The untamed environments tested their resilience with unpredictable weather, harsh landscapes, and the constant threat of hostile indigenous tribes. And if you think these were the only challenges, think again, because cultivation has always been a big matter in countries like Africa. Unafraid of hardships, the Dutch East India Company rolled up its sleeves and started cultivating the fertile soil. Fields were ploughed, seeds were sown, and crops began to flourish. Orchards, vineyards, and vegetable gardens covered the landscape, providing sustenance for the growing colony. Apart from the cultivation, our new settlers will also be introduced to the diverse culture of Cape Colony. Cape Colony became a melting pot of cultures, as ships from various corners of the world graced its shores. Portuguese, French, German, Scandinavian, and enslaved individuals from Africa and other neighbouring regions contributed to the rich cultural fabric of the colony. This diversity would shape the identity and heritage of Cape Colony. Another aspect that drew the Dutch East India Company to Cape Colony was its flourishing trade routes. Strategically positioned at the crossroad of sea routes, the Dutch East India Company ensured that Cape Colony became a trade hub. European, Asian, and African ships docked in Table Bay, bringing various goods. The settlers bartered crops for exotic spices, textiles, and precious commodities, fueling an economy that resonated far beyond the colony's borders. But their intent was not to limit Cape Colony to trading and commerce. They aimed to reshape the face of the island by bringing Dutch knowledge. The Dutch East India Company left an indelible mark on Cape Colony, imprinting their customs, language, and architecture on the young settlement. Grand houses, reminiscent of their European homeland, adorned the landscape, while Dutch legal systems and governance became the bedrock of society. This influence shaped the identity of Cape Colony for generations to come. The establishment of Cape Colony by the Dutch East India Company set in motion a chain of events that would shape the future of South Africa. It paved the way for subsequent European colonization, cultures, and a nation's birth. This can be understood by the Dutch influence on the language. The Dutch settlers played a significant role in shaping the language known as Afrikaans. Through their interaction with various cultures and their Dutch heritage, a distinct dialect emerged. Afrikaans, the simplified form of Dutch with influences from other languages like English, became the language of the settlers, who were known as Afrikaners, or Boers, this language became an essential part of their identity, and today it has evolved into one of the official languages of South Africa. So did you enjoy learning about the vibrant history of Cape Colony and the role of the Dutch East India Company in it? Share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to our channel, as we will bring you more compelling stories from the past.